Good morning from South River Oriental. We're on Beetlejuice, and we have a couple of major announcements to make this morning. About 3 years ago, Mike took a trip up to
Annapolis.
Annapolis.
I went to the boat show. I was actually going up there to pick up a Krispy Kreme truck, so this can all be blamed on a Krispy Kreme truck. For our business, we needed a new truck, and there was a great one that was off lease up there. I flew up into Baltimore Airport and met up with great friends of ours, Lisa and Jesse. We've known them since college, and they're like, "This is perfect. Why don't you come stay with us over the night? Pick up the van, come back to the house, and then we'll go to the Annapolis Boat Show. It's a huge boat show, and I had never been to a boat show like that before." So they took us on all these beautiful catamarans, and they mentioned, well, hey, this is kind of what we're thinking of doing long term. Is once we get the kids out of the house, we're gonna move on to a catamaran. And I was like, wow, this is pretty crazy. I've never been on a boat like this, and it kind of checked a lot of boxes for us. And I was like, I think I want to steal that plan and do the same exact thing. So I've in this Krispy Kreme truck and called Sue, and I said, Sue, I got to talk to you about something.
Yeah, he's like, I think we should move on, have a future plan to maybe move on to a boat at some point and travel the world. And I was like, that sounds pretty fun. Yeah, we like to travel and not rough it too much. So it seemed like a really cool idea.
Yeah, you still obviously get all the human creature comforts, but be able to travel everywhere and not have to consume just a ton of fuel to do so. So, but we knew it was crazy. So, and we didn't know anything about sailing. We're both engineers, so we're mechanically apt, but we needed to know what the heck we were going to do.
Yeah, so we decided to take a blue water sailing class. It was a week long, like living on a catamaran class where we got three certifications,
Four.
four certifications, and taught us a lot about what it was like to live on a catamaran and all the different terminology on boats and all that sort of thing. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was down in Fort Lauderdale, and we timed that trip to be the same time as the Miami Boat Show. So we did the sailing school first, and then got back to Fort Lauderdale, drove down to Miami, went to the boat show, and that was for anyone that hasn't gone before, it's a combination power and sail show, and it's huge. There's It's hard to even fathom. There's so many boats there, and then there's also, I don't know, like three or four big, huge buildings inside that have all kinds of different vendors. And we started looking at the catamarans, and we went on a Leopard 45 that was in that show. We
spent a long time sitting on that boat, just imagining it was our home.
Yeah, trying to see if, like, is this really what we want to do? That theme will come up a lot. So we met Bob and Melinda. That was their boat. They
were super nice. They sat and talked to us for a long time.
It felt like it was about 2 days they talked to us. They are the proud owners of Sailing Vessel Counting Stars. They are out in the Pacific Northwest at the moment, and when they get to retirement, they are going to do a lot of the same thing, cruise the Caribbean, go through the canal, all that kind of fun stuff. So then we have other friends I used to work with, Ray and Lisa. They have owned many boats over their lifetime. He's a serial boat owner, and they bought a tug, a motor yacht that's 37 feet, I think. It's a Great Harbour N37, so I'm pretty sure it's a 37 foot. And they are currently on the Great Loop. So they're right now just getting into Chicago, and we talked to them. They, obviously they were down that path, and they said, that's great, you should hear some resources. Have you heard about Gone with the Winds? And we were like, no. So we started following them. They're just a great resource. If you don't follow them and you follow us, then you're kind of crazy. They're really good at what they do, and they're the kind of gold standard for sailing couples that are vlogging their adventures.
Yeah, they started off on an RV and have maybe a few years ago, 3-4 years ago,
maybe I think it's about four.
They bought a catamaran, a Leopard catamaran, and they've been sailing the world, and their videos are just amazing. They tell great stories. They're very energetic, and they have great skills.
Yeah.
So we've been following them, and a lot of what we learned is just from watching them.
Yeah, the kind of the living part of it, right? Yeah. Not the sailing part of it. Sure, you can definitely pick some of that up, but just what it's like to be on a boat like that and have all the different responsibilities and the challenges and triumphs of being self-sufficient like that. So anyways, we get back after talking with ran Lisa, and we're back up in the Raleigh area, and we're like, well, we have all these new skills, we want to try them. So we did some online searching and found Bow to Stern is in Oriental, and they charter boats and bareboat chartering. So we called them up and talked to Jim there, and long story short, we chartered a 32-foot Endeavor for just an overnight. We got it like midday on Saturday, brought it back midday on Sunday. It was an older boat. It was definitely like, a great first experience. Just kind of went out into the river here in the Neuse River, and
Kind of expensive for just a night of
yeah, we wanted to do
charter.
this a lot. It was great for a one-off thing, but we wanted to do this a lot.
Yeah.
And
We
it
were like,
was
we're gonna be doing this every weekend. It's gonna add up.
right. So the obvious logical solution is we'll just buy a boat and do the same thing and charter it, which is kind of crazy. But we got some great advice from Jim at Bow to Stern. Bought Beetlejuice
Yeah.
after searching it through a couple different ones. She was up in New Bern, so really close. And then we put her in charter. We use her when we can, and it allowed us to again try to break our plan. It's like, do we really want to do this?
And also give us some experience on a monohull because we weren't
Yeah.
sure what really we wanted to buy in the long run.
I was sure.
Oh, yeah. We wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So after we bought that boat, we started on a new tack, and I know at least one of my family members was like, "What's a tack?" So a tack is to change direction. So on a new tack is to be on a new path, on a new direction. So we after we started that, we chartered again with Lisa and Jesse and some of his friends
Down in the BBIs.
down in the BBIs. Yeah, I went to it was a Moorings, no, Sunsail. They're right next to each other, so it was one of those two. And that was great fun. It was really a neat place to sail.
Beautiful, yeah.
Went to like 2 islands a day.
Hmm. Got stuck in a hurricane down there, but
Yeah, a hurricane came through, and we had to kind of go back to base like a day early, and they just lashed everything down, took the sails off, and we kind of rode it out on the boat.
but
which
that
is
didn't
interesting.
even
That didn't deter us.
deter us.
Yeah, we just kept trying to break our plan, like because it was it's kind of an aggressive plan. We wanted to make sure we were not going to get ourselves down a path that we didn't want to be on.
Okay, so our first announcement. For those of you who follow us, you know that when we were down in Key West, we did a review of the Vision 444. The reason for that was we had a deposit on that boat. So our review was in February. We had put a deposit down in December, and we wanted to review the boat to see if we wanted to continue forward with that selection.
Yeah, everything up to that point was just pictures. So we wanted to actually set foot on it, kind of see build quality,
We
get a
learned
feel for what it was really all about.
we learned a lot about that boat based off of James Turner's YouTube videos that basically give you a tour of the boat and explain it, and it's a beautiful boat.
Yeah, well, we obviously think so. So we had always planned on buying a used boat. A couple-year-old, some of the depreciation has already happened. Things are still in pretty good shape. And then as we got close to the end of last year, we decided we really wanted to make this happen. The used boat market has been crazy with COVID. There's been a lot of people that just can work remote, and they are. So we were seeing 1 or 2 year old boats going for more than a brand new boat. So that kind of seemed crazy. And then again, because we're so fond of the Vision 444, it's certainly not for everybody, and I would never say it's the perfect boat, but it's absolutely the perfect boat for us. It checks every box. Every boat is a series of compromises, right? You get this, you don't get that. We are going to go visit Nyasna, South Africa, where she's being built. She'll be built starting the end of this month, end of August, September, end of September.
End of September.
And we are going to be the owners of hull number 11. We are really close on a name. We'll announce that in another video once we're 100% sure. And we want to go there, meet the building team, and see our hull in process.
It's expected to be completed in May or June timeframe of next year.
Yep.
Which leads us to our next announcement.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Yeah, we sold our business. So some of this dream is coming to reality. We found a new owner, Kirk, who's a great guy. We're going to be continuing on board, helping him get things transitioned and making sure that the transfer is smooth. but this will allow us to live our dream of traveling the world some.
Yeah, it's really the first step that we had to make sure is taken care of, right? Because it's a cabinet shop that does all kinds of home organization products, and it's not the kind of thing you can run remotely, at least not well. And our team of employees are so amazing that it's not fair for them to not have someone at the helm, to use a nautical term, to take the business to the next level. It's been a great year, and a lot of people are doing home improvement projects, which is a great. It's nice to be able to sell a business when it's doing so well, and we know that people are going to be taken care of. We're going to try to pick up the boat and sail across with a delivery captain, which is a 40-day trip to get from South Africa to Grenada. We'll hire a delivery captain to make sure that we're safe and can get insurance for that matter. We'll stop at St. Helena, which is in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the South Atlantic, and that'll be the only stop between South Africa and Grenada, and then we'll be there for the hurricane season, and then go up to the Caribbean island chain, get back to the U.S., and kind of go from there. So those are the big announcements. We were super excited. This has kind of been a 3-year plan finally coming to fruition, and it allows us to really spend some time with each other. Outside of a stressful work environment, we spend so much time together, so we know that part's going to work out fine. But we want to thank a couple folks that have really helped us along the way.
Our good friends Lisa and Jesse, who kind of started it all off when Mike went up to Annapolis.
Yeah.
Gave us the idea.
Yep. Bob and Melinda spent so much time with us, and then we even helped them move their boat from the west Gulf side of Florida around the Keys up to Fort Lauderdale when it was going to be put on a transport ship to go up to the Pacific Northwest. So, and we still keep in touch with them, and we might try to do a sail around Vancouver Island with them sometime this spring if we can find the time. It's going to be a crazy 9 months.
Yeah. And then also Andy, who was, I think, the next Leopard 45 boat owner, and he went on that same sail around Florida, and he has his own sailing YouTube channel if you're interested. It's Sailing Oliluki.
Sailing SV Oliluki, yeah. It's him and Maki and their 2 sons, Oliver and Lucas, and they're really fun to watch. We have to thank the Winds because they've been so instrumental. We were patrons of theirs just because what the little bit we give them for the videos just comes back and so many times over, and all the knowledge that we gain from them. So thank you to both of you guys. We've met them. They're great people. They're just like they appear in their videos. So thank you, Jason and Nikki.
Our boat brokers, Tommy and Amy, they're super nice, like family already.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to be so close to a boat broker that you're going to be getting a boat from, but they're just super nice people. We might actually travel to South Africa with them this fall.
And then the owners of hull number 3 that we saw down in Key West, Thomas and Terry, they're amazing and have shared lots of their stories of their experience of buying the boat and traveling over from South Africa. So
a wealth of knowledge that has really continues to just point us in new directions and making sure we're making the best possible choice.
And of course, James Turner.
Yeah, it's a great boat, James. Thank you very much. We are so excited. I really just think it's the neatest, most unique boat out there for sailing couples, and we're so excited to be. We're going to continue to do this because honestly, we just enjoy the editing and the creative parts of it. It's something that we haven't really been able to do as much as we want to with running a business. But we'll continue to do this and hopefully be able to continue to highlight the boat and how great she is.
Our amazing employees who are family to us right now.
We had a really hard announcement to make to them earlier this week, and it was emotional, and we were just amazed by how much we thought they were going to hate us for leaving them, so to speak, and they were awesome. They were so supportive and happy for us, and said I could do it, I would too. So it was such a nice response that we were just not even expecting, and all of them were like, why would you think we'd hate you? I don't know. But thank you to all of you. You guys made the business what it is. Kirk's going to take you guys to the next level and really allow you to all shine. So we're super excited for that.
And of course, our families.
Yeah. Our families are excited.
They think we're crazy.
Excited for us. They think we're crazy. Disappointed that we're not going to always be, right around the corner from them. But they're going to be able to come visit us and see us wherever we're at. So they'll be able to get some great vacations, is the hope. And thanks to anyone that's watching this that is get some enjoyment out of this, or maybe can learn something or see what the process is like.
Talk about we're gonna film the process. So.
Oh yeah, so if you don't know, Vision Yachts is kind of a semi-custom boat builder. So we have a lot of selections and choices we can make, a little bit more so than the kind of big production builders that are out there. So we're going to do some videos along the way of the whole process. If we go on a trip over there, absolutely, we're going to do, probably it'll end up being several videos about that trip, just because from what we're told, South Africa is just amazing. Amazing people, food, wine, sights. So we will definitely journal all of that, along with just the whole build process and the delivery, although that's probably going to be a lot of the same.
Yeah, that might be boring.
Yeah, we'll do the little bits that are kind of fun and unique. The normal subscribe, hit the bell for notifications if you want to know more. Hopefully we'll be able to do this at a much more regular interval going forward. Thanks, everybody. Good? You get choked up?
Yeah.